kick the shit out of me now?
He does. Takes $300 and buggers off. Hi, welcome to MJT Law. My name is Melanie Thorley and I'm the director here. Welcome to the Lawcast. Today we're going to look at My Cousin Vinny. We're about halfway through the movie on this one. There's a few scenes I want to watch. Some of them are quite funny, and there's a little bit of language in another one which you can just tone down. Okay, so in this first scene, my cousin Vinny is getting out of jail for the second time. He's been put in contempt, and his girlfriend Marissa Tomei is asking him some questions about basically why he's so shit. Let's just see how this plays out. So she's sitting there waiting for him to come out, takes a photo. Oh dear.
I meet this guy Norton this weekend.
Looks like it.
You got one huge responsibility taking on this murder case. You screw up and those boys get fried.
I know.
So you think you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing.
Because you didn't look like you knew what you were doing today in that courtroom.
It's pretty tough being in the
Why is
courtroom.
that?
Well, it's a lot of procedure, that's all.
It's
I mean,
true.
I'll learn it as I go.
Learn as you go.
Yeah.
Didn't they teach that in law school?
No, that's not what they teach you. They teach you contracts, precedents, interpretations. And then the firm that hires you, they teach you procedures.
It's true.
Or you can go to court and watch.
Well, that's also true.
So why don't you go to court and watch?
Because between your father's garage and working nights, when was I supposed to go? I thought maybe this summer I would take off a couple of months. But it ain't no big deal.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, so look, actually, Joe is right. At law school, we don't learn any of the court protocol. We don't learn that we need to sit and stand. We got taught to stand on or sit on one side of the court, depending on whether you're the applicant or the respondent. We don't get taught proper procedural stuff. We actually don't get taught any of that at law school. And he's absolutely right. The law firm with which you work for ends up teaching you the stuff you need to know. And look, I think it's probably because there's so much of it. There are very few lawyers who actually attend court. Very few. So court procedure is probably not something that is absolutely necessary to be taught at law school because so few lawyers actually do it. The next scene we're going to just shows that you shouldn't underestimate anyone. Now, they've just had a bit of a bad experience where he's picked up his suit and it's all gone wrong, and he's had a flat tire or something, and he hasn't been able to get out, and he's covered in mud. And he is arriving in town to pick up a new suit because his one has just been ruined. And he ends up meeting up with a couple of guys, and him and Marissa Tomei are dividing the tasks. So this is where the bad language is, people.
30 fucking minutes, take a shower, get a new suit, get dressed, and get to the fucking courthouse.
You fucking shower, get your fucking suit.
Hey, what?
Look here. I got you $200. You gonna kick the shit out of me now?
He does. Takes $300 and buggers off. That is what people should never underestimate anyone. I think that scene is brilliant. I just love it. Okay, let's do something. Let's do something serious. Hang on, he's in court again. The other chap has found himself a new lawyer, and he's speaking for one of the first times in the show.
Well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
He's got an overwhelming stutter, and it utterly amazes me that there's anybody out there who has this sort of speech impediment. who does this sort of thing. Look, there's probably loads of people out there who have speech impediments, who are lawyers, who are advocating for their clients. It just seems this is quite an extraordinary one. Okay, so obviously this is not going to get his point across. He's not going to be particularly convincing, and his client, which is one of the kids who's been put up for trial, is actually appalled, absolutely horrified. Okay, set that aside for a moment. Okay, so earlier on in this case, there was a bunch of people who were sitting there, and Vinny, or Joe, had missed cross-examining these people, and this is the evidence before it goes to trial. Now he's at trial, and he's asking the same people questions about what they saw. And this is a very interesting way of doing it. Now, let's set aside the fact he's right up there next to the next to the witness, all cuddled up next to the witness. The witness is in the witness box. Let's set aside the fact that they were wandering around again, and the judge is just watching them all over the place. Let's just have a little look what's going on here for a moment.
Mr. Frank, what are these pictures of?
So he's showing them photographs. He's right next to him, showing the photographs.
And what is this brown stuff on the windows?
Dirt on the windows.
What is this rusty, dusty, dirty-looking thing over your window?
It's a screen.
A screen. It's a screen. And what are these really big things right in the middle of your view, from the window of your kitchen to the sack of suds? What do we call these big things?
Trees.
Yep. So his evidence before was that he was looking out his window and he could see the two kids in their car, what type of car it was, everything about it, and how they ran off. But Joe is sitting there and he's going, well, hang on, you've got dirt on your windows, you've got screens over your windows, and you've got these giant trees in the way between your view between your house and the building called the Sack of Suds, or the shop called the Sack of Suds. I don't know why a service station is called the Sack of Suds. Let's just set that aside for a moment.
Trees, that's right. Don't be afraid to shout them right out when you know. Now, what are these thousands of little things that are on trees?
Leaves.
Leaves. And these bushy things between the trees?
Bushes.
Bushes. So, Mr. Grant, you could positively identify the defendants for a moment of 2 seconds, looking through this dirty window, this crud-covered screen, these trees with all these leaves on them, and I don't know how many bushes.
Still kind of leaning over. The judge is kind of watching what's going on.
Don't forget this one and this one.
7 bushes.
7 bushes. So, what do you think? Is it possible you just saw 2 guys in a green convertible, and not necessarily these 2 particular guys?
I suppose.
I'll finish with this guy.
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. The other side solicitor's not looking particularly happy at the moment.
When you saw the defendants, were you wearing your glasses?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so the next person, and he's sitting there and he's asking questions from behind his seat. I like it. That is a good idea, peoples. He's asking questions though, and this is not his witness. So he really should be asking what we call closed questions, yes/no questions. And he's not, obviously. But let's just see how this plays out, because her evidence earlier on was that she could see exactly these boys, exactly the car, exactly all of it. So let's find out what exactly she may have saw.
Over here, dear. Would you mind putting your glasses on for us, please? How long you been wearing glasses?
Since I was 6.
Have they always been that thick?
Oh no, they got thicker over the years.
So, as your eyes have gotten more and more out of whack as you've gotten older, how many different levels of thickness have you gone through?
Oh, I don't know. Over 60 years. Maybe 10 times.
Maybe you're ready for a thicker set.
Oh no. I think they're okay.
Maybe we should make sure. Let's check it out. Now, how far were the defendants from you?
So he's just picked up a really long tape measure.
100 feet.
And she's going, they were about 100 feet away. So she's going to, he's given her this, I don't know what's happening. Okay, so he's given her something. She's holding on to the one end of this tape measure. And he's walking until he gets to about 100 feet.
This is 50 feet. That's half the
Oh,
distance.
he's got to 50 feet.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Let the record show that counselor's holding up 2 fingers.
Your Honor, please, huh?
Oh. Sorry.
What?
And only Mrs. Riley. How many fingers am I holding up now?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
What do you think now, dear?
thinking of getting thicker glasses.
Thank you.
Okay, he's feeling pretty good for himself right now. He just high-fived his girlfriend in the classroom. Okay, everyone. There is another scene of my cousin Vinny. You know, high-fiving people in class. He's wearing a suit this time, which is good news. You're not handing the witness anything and zooming off down the courtroom. There's no photos that you're leaning up against with the witnesses to show, and the judge is likely not going to say anything about what the record shows. It's fascinating, but it's very entertaining. Okay, people, thank you very much for sitting with me with my cousin Vinny today. I've just got one other crazy thing to talk about. I'm in the midst of moving offices again. Of course, that's one of my things. I move offices. And I keep getting told to speak to my IT specialist when I'm dealing with my internet or something like that. I'm a small business, people. My IT specialist is Google and a Saturday. I don't know what these people think I have. Anyway, look, everybody have a lovely week, and I will come back with another Lawcast next week. Thank you very much for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed my cousin Vinny. This was crazy scenes today, and we'll catch up next week. Thanks for watching.